Good morning, everybody. So it's about 8 o'clock. So I've been up for a little bit, got the tent packed away. I'm finally up and about, and now I'm going to get some breakfast going. So one thing that happened last night is typically after I edit the video, I will turn the laptop off and then charge it up. And then while editing the video, I use the battery. So I'll drain the battery while editing, turn it off, and then recharge it. And I feel like that uses less power. I'm not sure if it does. But for whatever reason last night, I forgot to turn the laptop off, and I guess it was something running, I'm not entirely sure, but it completely drained the battery that I had plugged into it that was almost full. So a little annoying, not the end of the world, but yeah, and then it almost killed the laptop itself, so it used a lot of power last night for some reason. But oh well. So I'm 12 miles away from the dam, and on the bottom side is a campground. So I should be able to find an outlet there to charge everything up. It'll only take a couple hours, not too big of a deal. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, but not really the end of the world. So yeah, I'm going to get breakfast going and then get this tent packed up. There was an extremely heavy dew this morning, but it didn't bother me too much. It didn't end up storming last night, which is very nice. So yeah. I'm gonna get busy. Okay, it's a little after 9 o'clock. I'm all packed up and I'm ready to head out on the water. So I've got 12 miles to the dam, and then I will hopefully have a river angel to pick me up. Okay, I'm on the water. There's just the slightest headwind and it's not too big of a deal. So hopefully I can make fairly decent time to the dam, because I definitely need to do some recharging of batteries on the lower side campground. Either stay there tonight or just stop for a couple hours and get everything charged. But we'll see. So it is a beautiful morning out here on the lake. I've got a slight headwind, but man, is it pretty. So it's a little bit hazy, but in the distance, the lake turns to the left here, and then it goes straight from that turn to the dam. And I am super excited because after this dam, there is about 30 miles of flowing river, and I just can't wait. I almost don't even remember what a flowing river looks like at this point. It's been almost a month since I've seen one, so I am just ecstatic. So very much looking forward to that. So hopefully I can get over the dam this afternoon, evening, and then head off towards Lewis and Clark Lake, which is the last lake on the Missouri River. And it's only 25 miles long, so it's very small, and it is over 50% filled in with sediment. So there is a massive delta that I have to work my way through. So that is going to be very interesting, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, so there's a very good chance, as long as the weather doesn't turn nasty, that I'm going to get to see a flowing river today. So I've got another little open water crossing. It's really no big deal, just a little bay, less than a half a mile across. But it got me to thinking that there's not that many of these left on the trip. There are not very many bays left for me to cross, which is kind of sad and very exciting at the same time. So just weird to think that I'm about 2/3 of the way done with this trip once I get off these lakes. Just wow. And the last part of this trip is going to be with current, and I'm going to be flying, and I honestly can't wait. The thought of going 6 or 7 miles an hour down a river sounds amazing. So, but we'll see. I'm not entirely sure how fast I'll be going, but I am sure it'll be faster than it is on this lake. It's a little after 10 o'clock. The headwind is picked up, and it's definitely going to slow me down. The waves aren't getting too big yet, but if the wind picks up anymore, they're probably going to. So it might be another long slog to finish this lake out again. Seems like the last day of these lakes are almost always kind of hard ones for some reason, but that's okay. It's just going to be a slow day trying to get to the dam. So just gonna pedal into the wind. Nothing else you can do. So So it's 11 and the wind has died down a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is not cut all the way across the lake to the far point like I did yesterday, but just kind of to stay on this side, but try to cut some miles off. So I'm just going to go straight across to the far shore there and then wrap around. That's kind of my plan, just one straight line rather than follow the shore. So I won't be too far away from the shore if a random storm or the wind picks up real bad, but at the same time I'll be able to cut off a couple miles. It's kind of the plan. So that's what I'm gonna do. Well, it is now noon and I'm out in the middle of the lake and it is just absolutely beautiful out here. The wind has died down and I'm really enjoying this. So I'm just kind of heading over towards those hills in the distance, cutting right down the middle of the lake, and it is, like I said, just really pretty out here. So the wind has died, so it's getting a little warm, but I'm doing okay so far. So for lunch, I have menu number 10, chili and macaroni. So one of the most popular MREs. So I'm gonna snack on that as I just continue down the middle of the lake. So I am crossing a real big bay on this side, and on the other side the shore is at least a mile away. So I am very much in the middle of the lake right now and I'm really enjoying it. This would have freaked me out at the start of this trip, but now it's just really enjoyable. So my other Hobie kayak came with a fish finder, depth finder like system, and it was way too heavy and clunky to even consider bringing on this trip. But it does make me wish sometimes that I had it, because like I'm out here in the middle of the lake and I would really like to know how deep it is here. Just kind of be interesting to know, but because it is a very emerald green color, and who knows how deep. So according to the Google search I just made, Francis Case has a maximum depth of 140 feet and a mean depth of 50 feet, so like the average. So I'm in quite a bit of water. I'm getting closer to the dam, so I'm going to say there's a good chance I'm floating on 100 feet of water right now, which is pretty cool. Okay, it's a little after 1. The wind has picked up a little bit and the waves are starting to grow. So I'm going to start angling myself towards the shore just in case they get worse. So I'm just heading towards that peak right there and see how long it takes to get there. It's going to be a while, but that's okay. Well, apparently I stayed in the middle of the lake a little too long. The waves have gotten a lot bigger. Nothing too much to worry about, but still, it's definitely slowing me down. But I'm just trying to get to that far shore. It's less than a mile away, so I just got to keep going. Okay, it's 2:30. The lake's calmed down a little bit again. I'm still slowly making my way towards shore. I just keep slowly angling towards it. And I can see the dam in the distance. It's kind of hard to see from here, but there's a line along the water that is definitely the top of the dam. So it's in sight, which is pretty exciting. So I almost have the second to last lake done, which is really exciting. Well, it's 3 o'clock. I'm 6 miles away and I'm heading towards this point here. So definitely not going to get there at 5 like I thought, but hopefully it won't be too late. Well, it's about 3:30 and I'm about 5 miles away from the dam. And I'm starting to get a little tired. So just out here in the middle of the lake, like I think I said yesterday, there's just no reference points. So you're just pedaling. It doesn't feel like you're really going anywhere. But that's okay. I'm just hopefully just hitting the afternoon slump, but I'm getting pretty tired. So just got to keep going. I'm hopefully going to meet up with the River Angel. He's going to get me over the dam and everything will go well. But man, it's just not going to be a very fun couple hours to knock out these last 5 miles of Francis Case. So it's about 5 o'clock and I've got 3 miles to the boat ramp and the end of Lake Francis Case. and I've just been grinding these miles out. And just to make the time go by a little faster, I broke out my portable speaker. I've been jamming to some music, just trying to keep the tempo up to stay at a high speed here. So if I stay at 3 miles an hour, which is about what I'm averaging, I can be there in about an hour, which is kind of the plan. It's not going to be fun. I have another hour of just pedaling pretty hard, but that's okay. So just gonna keep going. I'm rather enjoying it with the music. It's a nice change, and yeah, just gotta keep going. And I'm finally up against the shore here. I've been out in the middle of the lake almost the entire day, but I'm glad to finally be up against the shore again. So it got a little hairy there for a little bit. There was probably 3-foot waves there for a little bit, but the wind calmed down and I was able to finally work my way to the shore. So hopefully I got an hour left on Francis Case if I can keep my speed up. Alright, I'm 2 miles out and the dam is definitely getting bigger. It looks like there's a structure there to the left of the dam. Kind of looks like water intakes for the turbines. So I'm gonna guess that there are overflow gates on this side, but I could be wrong. So it's 6 o'clock and there's Gavin's Point Dam, and I think the boat ramp is around this next point here. So I've nearly made it. So I'm made okay time. I'm pretty tired. I've been pedaling pretty hard pretty much all day, and now the waves are kind of coming in sideways, which is not really a big deal. But yeah, I'm ready to be done. For some reason these last days on these lakes are always not a whole lot of fun, but I made it. It was just a lot of work. So I did enjoy part of it, but man, I really pedaled hard to get here at a decent time. So luckily on the downstream side is actual flowing water, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's 6:04 and the boat ramp is in sight. This is super exciting. And I'm just about finished with Francis Case. Oh wow, that is really exciting. So my kind of plan is to get put in at the downstream ramp, and there is a campground there. So I think I'm gonna take off from the boat ramp, and if there's a really good spot, I'm gonna pull the boat off near the campground. There isn't a boat ramp right next to it, and then possibly either get a campsite for the night or just hopefully get some batteries charged and take a quick shower kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just see how it goes. Look at this. The last 100 yards of the lake, I have a tailwind. That's pretty exciting. So I just got in contact with the River Angel, and he's about 5 minutes out. So this is working out perfectly so far. Okay, I've got the boat pulled up to the dock. It's kind of hooked here, and I've been unloading all the heavy stuff out of it. So hopefully it won't be too bad to load. I am pretty tired, so I think I might be spending the night at the campground down below because I'm just exhausted and don't really want to go too far today. So hopefully that'll work out. It is a Tuesday, so the campground won't be very busy. I checked online and there's a whole bunch of reservations open, so that is nice. Alright, I've got the boat loaded and I'm heading over the dam just like that. I'm downstream of the dam and getting ready to unload the boat. Alright, I really want to thank the River Angel again. It was absolutely amazing to get a ride. I'm down below the dam here, and there's a campground right up here I plan to stop at. Well, it's 6:45 and I'm already back on the water. I don't think that could have gone any better. So there is a bit of a headwind, but I'm kind of in this little bay here, and the current doesn't start until farther downstream because this is just a little eddy here next to the dam. It's not the actual discharge. The actual discharge is on the other side of that rock bank there. So hopefully I can kind of stay in the calm water and get up to the campground, which is right up here. Just like that, I am heading downstream below Francis Case. So the 107-mile lake is now done. All I have left is about 25 to 30 miles of flowing river to about a 25-mile lake. And once that's done, I get to Yankton, and it's free flowing all the way to St. Louis. So this is a big milestone, and I'm very excited. So yeah, the only thing that could top this evening, which I'm hopefully going to do, is a shower and some quick charge party. And then I plan to head downstream. I was told there's a pretty good size island about a half-mile downstream. So we'll see if I can make camp there. Well, there's the powerhouse right there where all the current is coming from. I was told by the river angel that this river is fluctuating quite a bit right now and is at kind of the high for today, and then it'll be a lot lower in the morning. And then the overflow is right there, big old concrete spillway, so that is pretty cool. And I'm actually just almost flowing downstream right now. I'm still in this kind of eddy, and the campground is Randall Creek State Recreation Area, and right here is Randall Creek. So my plan is I'm not sure, I'm gonna find a spot to get up, hopefully get some power and quick shower, and then continue down the river. It looks like there's a real big sandbar just right down the river that the river angel was talking about, so I might stay there tonight or stay here. I honestly can't decide, but it'll save money if I keep going, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards. I just have to find a nice place to get up to the campground. So there's actual current here, but there's kind of a little jetty here and there's a big staircase that I'm on. So I've got the boat tied in 3 different places to this staircase. So I'm going to go up there and hopefully get some batteries charged, get a quick shower and top off the water, and then head off. All right, I'm gonna take a real fast shower. Okay, that worked out really well. I just got a shower, and I'm still in the same clothes, but I'm clean, so it's pretty awesome. And now I'm gonna go get my water bladders, get them filled. I was able to plug in my batteries in the bathroom there, and they're charging right now in the corner, which is awesome. So hopefully by the time I get my water bladders filled, it'll be mostly charged. I'll grab them and head off. Well, the boat's still here. That's pretty exciting. So I'm going to grab the water bladders, get them filled up, and then drop them back off at the boat, go grab my batteries, and then head off. I see an island just right down there. It might be a good place to stay tonight. All right, I'm a little out of breath. I've been working pretty quickly, but that worked out absolutely amazing. So I got a shower, I charged my batteries. So my big battery was down to 1%, and the other 2 were at like 80 something. I was able to charge the big one up to 70 and the other 2 to 100%. And I topped my water off, and a very nice couple here camping gave me a couple Gatorades and a frozen candy bar, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to get this boat untied. There is a island right down there. There's lots of current, and I was told that this is the highest it gets. It's going to drop down in the morning, so I'm gonna go with that, because that island is not sticking out of the water very much. But I'm just gonna go with it because it's getting late, and hope for the best. I might have to drag the boat a while if the river angel was correct, which hopefully he was. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna get this boat untied and get back out on the water. That worked out perfectly. Well, the sun is setting, and this current is amazing. So it's really flowing, and it's kind of crazy. So I do see a bit of a hill actually up here, which is actually pretty cool. I was worried that this island was a very short island. So I'm gonna head towards that point right there. I'm currently moving 5 miles an hour, and it is absolutely awesome. So I'm really enjoying this current, and I have almost 30 miles of this, so tomorrow is going to be awesome. I can't wait. So I was able to get pretty much everything I wanted. I got a shower, I got my water refilled, I got rid of trash, and my batteries are mostly filled now. So that was everything that I was hoping to get, so I am extremely happy. And now I'm heading towards this island, which is 0.8 miles away. There are some very cool cliffs along the shore here next to this island that I'm heading to, which is pretty cool. Well, it's a very beautiful evening. I've got sycamores and cottonwoods off to the right. There's a bunch of bald eagles and birds of all type all over the place. And on the right side, there are cedar-covered cliffs, which is just really pretty. And this little island that actually has trees on it that I'm heading towards. There's about a dozen bald eagles over there calling to each other. Alright, so I'm going to call this little island home tonight. So the water, as always, below the dam is just crystal clear. I'm going to pull the boat up here. It's about 4 feet out of the water, maybe 5, and set my tent up. There is an option to go higher, but I don't think it's necessary from what I was told. But if I have to, I can always go up there. So I'm going to get this boat dragged up this incline here and get camp set up because I am losing light fast. The sun has set. But luckily I checked the weather and there's a 0% chance of rain tonight. So even though there's been a heavy dew for the past couple days, I think I'm going to go without a rain fly again because it is just beautiful out here. And I don't think the camera can pick it up, but there are thousands of little minnows jumping out of the water all over the place out there. That is really cool. It's been a while since I've been on an island, and this one is massive and very pretty. And there are some amazing cliffs right across the river there. Okay, I've got my tent set up. So I'm hoping that the super heavy dew that I've had for the past 2 days is not going to happen tonight, but we'll see. If it does, I'll just lay everything out and let it dry. Not a big deal. So yeah, I'm going to risk it with no rain fly again. So I do need to figure out a supper. I'm not too terribly hungry after drinking those 2 cold Powerades, but I probably need to eat something. So I'm going to get started on that. I've already started putting all my stuff in the tent that I need for the night. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the boat up a little higher also. Now this is probably one of my favorite parts of these trips, is being on just an island all by myself and it just being an amazingly beautiful evening. And luckily, even with the dam, a road, and a campground right there in the distance, the only thing I can hear is bugs and birds. Okay, so I had a very good day today. I finished Francis Case. Very big accomplishment for the trip. I just have one more dam to get over, and then I'm good to St. Louis, which is just absolutely amazing. I've been on these lakes for what seems like forever, and I'm very excited that they're about to come to an end. So for supper, I have a Mountain House beef lasagna. I'm going to rehydrate that and honestly probably go to bed, and I'll just deal with the video in the morning. I might try to edit it and then upload it in the morning, but we'll see. I'm fairly tired. I fought a headwind for most of the day and pedaled pretty darn hard this afternoon to get there at a reasonable time. So it all worked out. I got a shower, I got resupplied with water and got rid of trash, and it all turned out great, and it was an amazing day. So once I get this food rehydrated, I'm going to escape into the tent. So if you're enjoying these videos, I'd ask you to please subscribe. It really helps me out as a small channel. And like the video, and please leave a comment. So it just helps the YouTube algorithm spread this channel out to other people, and I really appreciate it. So with that, I think I'm going to say good night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.